How did Reagan change immigration policy? How did Ronald Reagan change immigration policy during his presidency? This is a fascinating topic that reveals much about the evolution of the Republican Party and its ideologies. In 1986, Reagan signed the Immigration Reform and Control Act. This law was significant because it aimed to balance enforcement with a pathway to legalization for many undocumented immigrants. One of the key features of this act was the introduction of employer sanctions. These sanctions imposed penalties on businesses that knowingly hired undocumented workers. The goal was to reduce illegal immigration by making it harder for individuals to find jobs. This approach aligned with the Republican focus on law and order. Another major aspect of the Immigration Reform and Control Act was the Amnesty program. This program allowed nearly 3 million undocumented immigrants who had entered the United States before 1982 to gain legal status. To qualify, they needed to pay fines, back taxes, and show they had good moral character. Reagan framed this as a compassionate solution for those contributing to society while discouraging future illegal entry. The act also created temporary worker visas. It split the H-2 visa into two categories: H-2A for agricultural workers and H-2B for non-agricultural workers. This change streamlined legal pathways for seasonal labor, supporting business interests that are central to Republican economic policies. From a Republican perspective, Reagan's approach is often cited as a model for balancing enforcement with practicality. The focus on employer accountability and providing a route to legalization without encouraging future illegal immigration reflects conservative values. However, some loopholes in the law, like weak document verification, later became cautionary tales for Republicans advocating stricter enforcement in future reforms. The practical impact of the Immigration Reform and Control Act was notable. The foreign-born population grew by 5.7 million during the 1980s, partly due to the legalization provisions. This demographic shift influenced Republican strategies in the years that followed. Later leaders began to stress the importance of border security and merit-based systems to avoid repeating the perceived shortcomings of the 1986 Amnesty. Reagan's executive action in 1987, which protected minors of legalized parents, further highlighted a practical approach to family unity within conservative frameworks. His immigration overhaul is viewed by many Republicans as a compromise that upheld national interests while addressing economic realities. The focus on assimilation, including English language requirements, and penalties for lawbreaking employers reinforced conservative themes of cultural integration and accountability. Modern Republican discussions often contrast Reagan's controlled amnesty with current debates, advocating for stronger enforcement to prevent future waves of illegal immigration. In summary, Reagan's changes to immigration policy were significant in shaping the Republican Party's approach to this complex issue. His policies reflected a blend of enforcement and compassion, which continues to influence discussions on immigration today.